So in addition to some of the measures that I've already addressed, I will also meet regularly with those in custody for open communication. I will give input where possible. Just because they get to be heard doesn't mean they get to decide, but I will certainly listen so that they feel heard as well. I will invite the community in for transparency. I mentioned a Citizens Advisory Board. I'm very serious about that. I want to include more communities throughout Hampshire County in what the Sheriff's Office is about, because nobody knows. When I was out collecting signatures and I said, do you know who the sheriff is? We didn't even hit the 13%, according to the ACLU, by the tables that I was at. Nobody could name who the sheriff is, what the sheriff's office does, what the sheriff's position is responsible for, and that needs to change. So specific programs I want to work on, in addition to one-to-one counseling and therapy, I want to have therapy groups that have printed curricula with identified outcomes. I do want to bring a virtual CDL program to the facility, and that would involve a simulator for learning the trade. Truck driving pays family-sustaining wages. It's CORI-friendly. It's something that people in custody are very interested in doing. I want to collaborate with Smith Voc, which is right down the road. They have many different workshops that would be wonderful for our folks in custody to be able to access, and I don't understand why that's never happened. My flagship program is a partnership with the UMass Prison Education Initiative. I've already reached out to the members of the UMass Prison Education Initiative, and we have plans to bring a virtual college program and make the Hampshire County Jail the home base for a statewide virtual college program for folks in custody. We know that education reduces recidivism. We know that education with vocational training reduces it even further, and we know that higher education reduces recidivism down to the single digits. I think Hampshire County, home of UMass Amherst, flagship campus of the system, needs to also be the flagship correctional education of Massachusetts, and I'm clearly the qualified person to bring that here. I also want to bring a shelter dog training program to the facility. I know that's going to reduce everybody's stress levels, both folks in custody and folks on staff. It's also a great way to give back to the community. Everybody likes dogs. Everybody in custody needs something else to focus on, right? So yes, I would invite Evan and his friend to be our demo dog and handler. I believe in community presence at all kinds of Hampshire Sheriff presence at all kinds of community events. I also believe that no income should be generated for the facility from people in custody. No income generated from phones, no income generated from commissary. I don't think that that's a source of revenue for the facility. The sheriff did talk about the allocation. Why is the Hampshire Sheriff's allocation the lowest of all county facilities except for Dukes and Nantucket? Similarly sized facilities like Berkshire, Franklin, and Barnstable have much more funding than the Hampshire Sheriff's Office does. I'd like to know why we were unable to bring that money home. And I think that we could, with some different programming and some different personnel in the big chair. And
thank you.
Thank you.